With Johnny Depp's ongoing defamation trial against ex-wife Amber Heard, many viewers are wondering what Depp's other exes have said about the famous actor. Is there a pattern of behavior, or is Heard the only outlier? Here's what Johnny Depp's exes have to say about him. Lori-Ann Allison has been credited by some with being the person who launched Johnny Depp's career. The two got married in December 1983 in Florida after being introduced by Allison's sister, who was in a relationship with one of Depp's bandmates at the time. Allison joined the band as their makeup artist, and one thing clearly led to another. The Mirror notes that the pair moved to Los Angeles, where they had a hard time making ends meet, and Depp ended up taking on a variety of jobs. Allison somehow became friends with Nicolas Cage and introduced her husband to the actor, an act that changed Depp's life. Cage helped Depp find the agent who landed him his first role in A Nightmare on Elm Street. Depp and Allison divorced after 2 years of marriage, but she continues to use Depp as her surname and works in the entertainment industry. Allison has largely stayed quiet about her time with Depp, though in 2016 she told TMZ that her ex-husband is a, quote, soft person. Actress Sherilynn Fenn and Johnny Depp's timeline appears to cross with that of his marriage to Lori-Ann Allison. As reported by The Mirror, Depp married Allison in 1983 when he was 20 years old, and according to a timeline presented by Fenn, he began a relationship with her when he was 21 years old. Allison and Depp divorced after 2 years of marriage. Despite those somewhat blurry lines, Fenn has only had positive things to say about her time with Depp. While speaking to The Big Issue in 2017, Fenn referred to Depp as her first love and explained that he was there for her when she really needed him. Fenn recounted that her first major role was to say 3 lines on the sitcom Cheers, and she was terrified, but Depp was waiting for her outside the set. She adds, "We were so young. I met him when I was 19 and he was 21. We went out for 2.5 years when we were just starting out in the business. He was very sweet." Jennifer Grey and Johnny Depp went on a pseudo-blind date in 1989 after Depp told Grey's agent that he had a giant crush on her. Grey describes her relationship with Depp in her 2022 memoir, Out of the Corner, writing that at first, everything between them was incredible. For Us Weekly, she says their first date was filled with laughter and described Depp as open, funny, quirky, and sweet. Grey and Depp got engaged only 2 weeks after they began their relationship, quickly adopting a dog together. Grey explains that Depp's work schedule had him in and out of Canada a lot at the time. She writes that the dog filled a void that was felt, explaining, quote, "She was our practice baby and someone to keep me company when Johnny was out of town." Things between the two shifted pretty quickly, and Grey reveals that soon Depp's behavior changed. In her book, Grey writes that he'd started missing his flights home to LA having overslept, or when he did come home, he'd be crazy jealous and paranoid about what I'd been up to while he was gone. I attributed his ill temper and unhappiness to him feeling miserable and powerless to get off 21 Jump Street.
This morning, Winona Ryder's calling her old friend and one-time fiancé, Johnny Depp, a really good man.
After his relationship with Jennifer Grey ended, Johnny Depp began a highly publicized romance with his Edward Scissorhands co-star Winona Ryder. As the twosome later told Rolling Stone, they met in the lobby of a movie theater when they were both going to see the same movie. Ryder told the publication that Depp was surprisingly shy, and the two ended up getting engaged only 5 months after they met one another. While speaking to Rolling Stone, Depp claimed that he felt something for Ryder that he had never felt before. As he put it, "It's like this weird bounding atom or something. You can think something is the real thing, but it's different when you feel it." However, things came to a dramatic ending in 1993, which Depp later told the Los Angeles Times happened because of media interest and interference in their relationship. Ryder later defended Depp against allegations of abuse, supplying a personal statement for Depp's legal team in his 2020 trial against The Sun. Ryder said in part, "I cannot wrap my head around these accusations. He was never violent towards me." Johnny Depp and Kate Moss reportedly met in 1994, close to the time right after his breakup with Winona Ryder. At this point, Depp was 31 and Moss was only 20 years old. Moss later told Vanity Fair in 2012 that she looks back on ending the relationship with regret, telling the publication that no one has been able to take care of her the way Depp did before or since. But it seems that the relationship wasn't perfect. While speaking to Hello magazine in 1998, Depp admitted that he was the reason the relationship ended. As he put it in his own words, he was, quote, "difficult to get on with and too caught up in what other people thought about his work." He said, "Sure, I should care about my movies, but when I get home, I should try to leave that stuff behind. I couldn't do that, and I was horrific to live with. Trust me, I'm a total moron at times." Johnny Depp and Ellen Barkin reportedly had a casual relationship in 1997 after they met on the set of Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Barkin would later make a statement during Depp's 2020 libel lawsuit against The Sun, saying, "There was just this world of violence. He is a yeller. He is verbally abusive." After being asked why Barkin might make such a claim, Depp chalked it up to her emotional state at the time. He said the two had been intimate, but it wasn't enough for Barkin. As he put it, "I suppose her desires were, she wanted more than a relationship. She wanted a proper relationship with me, and I did not want that." It's unclear what really happened between Barkin and Depp. In her deposition in his libel case, Barkin claims that Depp once threw a wine bottle at her. Depp himself went on to testify that the two have not spoken since.
She looked like a burnout caricature of Jane Russell.
Vanessa Paradis and Johnny Depp reportedly met back in 1993 at the Viper Room, but things between the two didn't turn romantic until they met again in Paris, France in 1998. As Depp once told the Daily Mail, his attraction to Paradis was instant. He said, "She was wearing a dress with an exposed back, and I saw that back and that neck, and then she turned around and I saw those eyes, and boom, my life as a single man was done." The two, who would go on to be in a relationship all the way to 2012, share a daughter and a son.
Vanessa and my kids gave me life.
Paradis has been mostly quiet since Amber Heard leveled allegations of abuse against Depp, though she did offer a statement in his support during the 2020 libel lawsuit against The Sun. Paradis offered that she has, quote, "known Johnny to be a kind, attentive, generous, and non-violent person and father." Amber Heard and Johnny Depp first met on the set of The Rum Diary, but didn't begin dating until they had each ended a relationship in 2012. The pair got engaged in 2014 and had two wedding ceremonies, a legal ceremony at Depp's Los Angeles home and a wedding on Depp's private island in the Bahamas. Things between the two came to a startling halt in February 2016 when Heard filed for divorce and then quickly followed that petition up with a request for a domestic violence restraining order. Heard's filing and request included details of events in which Heard alleged Depp was violent toward her. In the years that have followed, Heard and Depp have leveled lawsuits pertaining to their time together. In 2020, Depp launched a libel case against The Sun after the publication referred to him as a wife-beater. He lost that case, but maintains the allegation isn't true.
Nor have I ever struck any woman in my life.
In 2018, Heard published an op-ed in the Washington Post in which she wrote about her experiences with domestic violence, and in 2022, Depp took her to court over allegations of defamation. While Heard never named Depp in the piece, she does identify herself as a victim of domestic violence and writes that doing so has come at a great cost. The trial for Johnny Depp's $50 million lawsuit against Amber Heard officially began in April 2022. The trial has been live-streamed for public viewing, and the jury has already sat through hours of testimony, during which both parties laid out their grievances against one another. Depp's team called their witnesses first, with Heard taking the stand for 2 days in early May 2022. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more list videos about your favorite celebrities are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.